Everybody says clutter is bad for you, but is it really that bad? It's not that bad, right? Well, it turns out clutter is not just an annoyance, but it actually is bad for you. It's bad for your health. It's bad for your physical health, especially your mental health. If this is your first time here, my name is Robyn. I help overwhelmed people simplify their lives through organization, productivity, and creating an environment where they can thrive. Now grab your tea and let's go. At the end of this, I'm going to tell you all about my decluttering and motivating boot camp that I'm hosting very soon. So stay tuned until the very end because that will help you get yourself on track. So why is clutter so bad? Clutter is insidious. It sneaks up over time. Have you ever spent a good chunk of your time decluttering? You spend a weekend, maybe even longer, getting things organized, shoving things in drawers, maybe a small box to donate, and then you enjoy the space every time you walk by. You enjoy reading a book, having a cup of tea, and maybe just having company in that space. It is now a very enjoyable environment. But slowly, things start to creep in. Just a small piece of paper here, a wrapper sitting in the corner that you just walk by and you barely even notice. Over time though, more and more things start taking up residence in your space. This was once a briefly tidy space. The problem though is sometimes we don't even notice that clutter creeping in. And the thing is, it's even bad for your physical health. Extreme clutter can actually harbor dust and mold, affecting people with allergies and asthma. Even not so extreme clutter can still collect dust and dander. But the other physical impacts can even come from stress. Increased stress can impact your immune system, the function of it, and far greater things. So what about the stress though and the mental effects? Clutter can increase anxiety. How would you feel if someone followed you around and was constantly telling you all of the things that you have to do? What a day. What are you doing? You can't sit down right now. Yeah, I think I can have a break. You're lazy and you don't deserve a break. Look at all of this mess. Reminding you that you failed to complete tasks yesterday, the day before, and the day before that. Or what about if you've had a long day at work and as soon as you walk through the door, that same person is hounding you with the things that you have overdue. They tell you it's all been months and years and you aren't even good enough to get things done. You aren't getting it done. Then you sit down, you put your feet up. You're so tired. You just need a few minutes of peace before you start dinner. But that same annoying person just comes up and keeps going on and on about the things that you have not done. Well, friends, if you have clutter, then that clutter is the person telling you how you have failed. But why, you ask? Well, the thing is, clutter is a constant reminder that there is work to be done. Even if you aren't thinking specifically about the clutter, it's there. It is looking at you and it's trying to make eye contact with you. You are trying to avoid it. Have you ever heard of nagging unfinished tasks? Yes, they're nuts. Okay, that's not a good joke. But seriously, these tend to affect us mentally and they can actually increase our stress. These are things that over time are just bothering you. You are subconsciously thinking about them. You walk by them. You go in the garage. You see a pile of things you want to tackle. Those are nuts and they are bothering you. The best advice is just to pick one or two every day or two and just tackle them. Even if you just do one every weekend, you will eventually get there. The other thing, clutter can cause some major distractions. So many people are now working at home, but even if you don't work at home, you work out of the home, the clutter can still be distracting. It's that reminder that you are not getting your work done. It's those darn nuts again. It's hard to maintain focus when you're constantly bombarded as well with tasks that need to be done. The thing is, you can also lose things in all of the mess, which can result in a lot of time spent looking for things. Now, my dear husband has ADHD, as do so many of my audience. ADHD, anxiety, autism, many neurodiversities. Now, my husband and I have spent countless hours looking for things that he has lost, and occasionally things of mine that are lost, although sometimes he's lost them, like my keys, for example. Now, this is frustrating for the both of us, to say the least. The thing though is now we have a pretty good system, but clutter can impact some relationships. One person may feel that they are always picking up after the other person. The people with ADHD can feel like they are being harassed by their spouse or other people that they live with. The thing is though, people with ADHD can actually do okay in a slightly more cluttered environment because many of them have accidentally developed a system of leaving things out as a visual cue or reminder. Now, this can work, but it can also easily develop into clutter. I definitely recommend only leaving a couple of things out. Better yet, just put them away, but near where you need them, at the point of performance, which is the place where you do the thing. For example, tea near the tea kettle. Now, the thing is, people with ADHD, a lot of people have studied them and feel like it could be that a sign of a person who doesn't mind being in a cluttered environment is more creative, more intelligent, those sorts of things. But the problem is, if they have to live with other people, that is when it can be an issue. Now, another thing that many people do, in particular people with ADHD and anxiety, is just to walk away. They understandably get overwhelmed and they just walk away from the problem. Now, this avoidance, of course, doesn't help things, and it really just makes things worse. Now, the clutter continues to accumulate and the stress doesn't get better, and self-esteem can suffer. And really, people with ADHD and other neurodiversities don't need any more help in having low self-esteem. They need help in realizing they are wonderful and that they should have good self-esteem. Like it or not, those messy closets, jam-packed dressers, and boxes under the stairs are affecting you. So what can you do? Well, the thing is, you can spend some time decluttering. Now, I recommend just spending 30 minutes per day. And if you can't do that much, just do 15. It can take a little bit of time. Now, we slowly developed our house over a couple of years, but it will happen. It's just like plucking your eyebrows. You will get there eventually. And spend 5 to 15 minutes at the end of the day putting things back where they belong. Once you have decluttered, and if you keep on track with putting things away at the end of the day, you will be thrilled at how clean your house is. Now, one of the best things you can do though is to join my decluttering motivation bootcamp. I will be going live each day giving you tips to motivate yourself to declutter. So you can head over to minimalisthome.ca/bootcamp and I will see you there. And there are also details in the description below. Now check out this video here to see if clutter affects you more than others. Thank you so much for watching and I will see you in the next video. Bye.